On the computer. Here we go. Well, folks, this is Chris and Tammy here hosting the Go for Diamond call this evening. And our guest speaker is no other than our CEO, Joe Voyticky. And Tammy and I absolutely adore this man. He always makes himself available for the team. And despite his schedule and how busy he is, he accepted to share some of his valuable time here with the team. And I do have a few questions I'm going to be sharing with him. But before we begin, Joe, thank you for joining in. We really appreciate it.
Oh, always a pleasure. Always.
Thank you, Joe. And again, folks, for some of the protocol, if you do have some comments, questions, or anything that you would like to share, please feel free to chat it on the chat section or post it in the chat section, and we can address them in real time as the call is taking place. There's a lot of excitement at Max International, a lot of things going on. There's a lot of events happening. I know that some of you probably have heard of the webinar that Ann Turnbull posted with the GoPro going on, the Max convention that's coming up, a lot of excitement. There's a lot of things that also is happening internally. And I wanted to Joe to share that firsthand with all of you. So the call is recorded. It is also on my profile Facebook. For some reason, I couldn't put it on their page this time, but I'll figure that a little bit later. So Joe, the first thing I thought would be, I think, important to talk about is the upcoming convention that's happening with Max International. I mean, it's really, really interesting how this is going to be laid out. Can you kind of share some light for the team? And then I'll tell them where you can get the information to connect later on. But maybe on your words, share some light on how big this is going to be and how it's kind of organized with the different managers in different countries.
Mm-hmm. So because we have so many offices around the world, I think we're now operating out of almost 17 countries, soon to be 18, soon to be 19, then 20, and we're going to keep on growing. We have different time zones, obviously, around the globe. So what we're going to do is we're going to have virtual conventions by region over a convention week, so that each region of the world, whether it's Asia, whether it's North America, South America, Africa, are all going to have their own virtual events, and we will have them throughout the week in October, so that everybody can participate and join to watch what's going on in the different areas of the world. So these are going to be independent events in the sense that every region will have their own. So there'll be really interesting content from each region as to what's going on in their region, what is important in a particular region, and so and different trainings from each region, all those types of things, different announcements for every region. So it'll be all done around the theme that we are together in this. We are undivided as a world community, as a Max community. As human beings that are involved together and connected throughout the world during this very tough time. So it should be a tremendous, tremendous event. I know that we're putting a huge amount of work and effort into putting on a terrific show so that everybody can be informed about what's going on in the Max world. Everybody can understand the importance of our health in this time and the value proposition of our products. We will have messages from Herb Nagasawa, from Scott Nagasawa. We will have all types of great information on the validity, the scientific validity of our products, and then of course talking about what a great and important business this is. In this time, this is one of those things that all the people on this call have talked about, very, very fervently over the last several years, which is the importance of diversification and having multiple sources of income. And right now, people are very focused on staying healthy, strengthening the immune system, and being a part of the Max business is certainly a very valid choice right now, a very important choice to continue to share excellent products and take care of people's income during this time. So think we'll have a lot of great information for everyone. I have no doubt that people will enjoy seeing the presentations from around the world. And I absolutely encourage people to participate and attend as many conventions as they wish.
This is wonderful. And folks, and Joe, let me kind of share everybody where they can get the information since this is recorded. So I'm on the max.com website right now. Let me just retype it so I have the right address. And once you're on the website, all you need to do is get to the bottom of the site, click on Max Life Blog. And here's something that's really, really important. And folks, I can't stress that enough. It's really important that not just you, but your team is plugged in and receives notification whenever Max released any kind of info. This is where Max posts everything. It doesn't matter what country and when and where and the what and all that stuff. Make sure, if you have not done that, register your name here. Put your name here, put your email there, and submit. From that point on, you'll be added onto the database of Max International. And then the moment there's a new post, new information, you'll be notified. Well, here's also very important. Let me go back here. Is the moment you get there, you actually, there's some banners with information that you can actually see here. As you can see, I'm toggling between them. And here's the convention. So the moment you see this banner, just click right on the banner. And when you click on it, it will take you on the page with the details. So the moment Max makes some updates and there's some information changes, there's a great video here. And here's what we need to do. Highly, highly, highly recommend is that video here can be shared. This, if you happen to have, for example, I have an Apple TV. That's what it seizes it. It's just happened to, I can put on my TV for audience to see it. But here's something that's important for you to know. If you go to the bottom of the page here, you have all these social media areas here. For example, if I click on Facebook, right, there's a little Facebook box that will come up, and all you need to do is post your message, and the video and information will be posted there. Okay, the internet's a little bit slow right now. Here it is, right? So you would put your message there, and you just post your message. That's it. That simple. So it's really important that you plug in, but not just you, but you need to share that with your organization. This is how you build an organization. This is how you sustain growth, right? So again, it was just food for thought. So you're aware of where to get that kind of info. The next question, Joe, and by the way, folks, just want to remind you that if you have any questions or if you have any experience attending events in the past, just post a comment here on the chat portion, letting me know that you would like to share your experience, how a convention has affected your business, how it has affected you, or even raise your hand. You'll notice when you click on the more, you can raise your hand. And when I see that, I will select you to be able to share. So the next question I'd like to share with you here, and then I'll get Tammy to share some of her comments, is I know that there's a new back office that Max is working on, Joe, and it's really, really exciting. Can you share your enthusiasm about it, and what are your thoughts behind this new back office, the experience that associates will have?
To say I'm excited about the new VO is a great understatement. I am thrilled about our new back office because it is one of the most dynamic things that is ever going to be launched in Max. It is literally the backbone of how we're going to build and expand this business globally. And from an IT perspective, it's so important to have a good infrastructure. And people have had to, we've had the old VO, which was okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We've always wanted to improve it and make it better. And we've had to deal with a little bit of stuff over the last couple of years with broken links and things not quite functioning as we would like. But we made a decision a few years ago that we wanted to be in control of our own destiny. And so I tasked the IT team, and that basically means, Jeff Hansen and Nikki Eastman, to come up with a VO that would allow us to grow dynamically over the years, not with the sense that, oh, let's do patchwork stuff. I said the question is when we're servicing our clients, which means our associates, we want to have the system that we can continue to add opportunity for them, so that we're not beholden to anyone. And so I want this system to be, number one, our system, Max's system, so that if we want to make changes or we want to improve it, expand it, that it's in our control. It's not a third party that is controlling it. We have our own programmers that understand the language that it was done in, and that we can get as wild as possible that we want once this highway is built. And they've built a tremendous highway. I want everybody to think of it as we were waiting for the infrastructure to be built, and that when infrastructure projects are going on in any city where you're living, it's so painful because it causes, traffic to be detoured, and people are like frustrated because it's taking so long. But if it's done well, infrastructure means everything because it makes the whole system work better. And so then all of a sudden you're like, wow, it's really great that this highway is open. Wow, it's so much quicker to get around my city. It's so much better. That's the analogy that I want everybody to understand is what we did. They built something that no other company, certainly no other network marketing company has. And we are going to be so much better for this. And what I'm talking about, and this is, I don't want to get into too much techno speak, but I can reveal this to everybody. We built this system based upon something called the common data model. Now, all you techies out there who really read like some sick techie stuff, this was a project that was started by Microsoft, SAS, and Adobe 3 or 4 years ago. And they wanted to have what's called a common data model, which, if I have to, try to make it, simplified, and please forgive me, all of you expert techies, whenever companies integrate, they're built upon different data models, different systems. And so integration becomes a very big, difficult task because one company may be using one language and another company may be using another language. And simple things like the way you enter your name into an associate application, if it's last name first and then your middle initial and then first name, and you integrate with a company that has first name first and last name second, you create a lot of difficulty for that type of integration. And so what we did was we built upon this common data model, which in effect is like a universal translator. So whatever Max wants to integrate into our system, we'll be able to do it faster, quicker, better than any other company out there. And that's very important because when we start to really hit the accelerator on expansion, right, and start to go into different verticals and increase, the associates' opportunity to earn income, this is going to be very, very critical because, I love the fact that we have built this trust with people around the world around our great, great products. So I feel that it is incumbent upon us at corporate to leverage that so that you guys have more opportunity to earn income and to build and expand your business. And that is what this is all about. It's all about, providing top level infrastructure for you guys to build your businesses upon. And when this is implemented, which is, we're at, absolutely, shooting to get this thing launched at convention, I think you will be suitably impressed. I think you'll be extremely happy. And those of you who are doing the lessons that Chris and all of the other leaders, Chris and Tammy and everybody else are talking about with respect to communication and following your team and doing proper training, we're going to make that easier. We're going to make that system much, much easier for you guys. But we're also going to be, over the next several years, as we go into new countries, I mean, you guys spoke about going into Mexico and everything, and other countries that we're going to be expanding into, this is going to make it easier. It's also going to make it easier when we start to expand, into different verticals. And to me, that's super exciting because we will have fulfilled our obligation to you by providing you with not only the best products, but also the best, absolute best business opportunity that any network marketing company can offer. And that excites me. So it's been a long, tough road to get this infrastructure built, but the highway, baby, is about to be open.
I love it. I love it.
I'm telling you, man.
And
I'm telling you.
You know, Joe, you touched on the next point I want to bring in before we opening up for, interacting and exchange and so forth, and a few associates who wants to share. And again, folks, I just want to, a few of you have commented, want to share their experiences with events, and please do keep them coming so we can, I can include you once we're interacting. The last point, Joe, I'd love for you to talk about is, I guess I won't hear your excitement, it's more of your opinion and also your thoughts on the compensation plan enhancements and the collaboration, which I'm really proud of, that the corporate executive team and the staff and the fee leadership from all different parts of the world for, I think, about 3.5 months or so, I've been working on. And I know that we came up with a common ground that everybody's in agreement with, which will be also released. I don't know if it's going to be in November or what, but what are your thoughts on the subject?
Well, you go back to our mission statement, right? Max's mission statement. And I think this is important for everybody to understand. We always want to be the best partners we can be. I mean, and it's right there in our mission statement that we seek to partner with our people. We also have in our mission statement that we don't make short-term plays. We want to do things that are for the good for the long term. Now, that doesn't always satisfy people because people are a little impatient these days. They want things done and they want them right now. And sometimes, that means, okay, we're going to sacrifice the long term so that we can have this short-term need satisfied. But that's not who we are. And it's in our mission statement. And partnership. When has partnership ever been easy? It's tough, right? As you guys, we all talk about this, about how do you build trust? Well, you build trust over the long term. How do you build good relationships? Good relationships happen with patience and listening. And when are these things ever easy? Anybody with a 16-year-old daughter knows that's not easy, right? It's not easy to be patient. It's not easy to be open to learning all the time. It's not easy to keep working on communication. It's not easy for people to say, hey, you're doing this wrong and you need to fix this right now. Those things are never easy, but they're worth it if you have the ability to build a good team and take feedback and say, okay, this is an opportunity for us to learn. This is an opportunity for us to get better. And with respect to short-term decisions, I mean, sometimes you just have to say, oh, I'm going to stick to who we are, right? And I know that sometimes I frustrate people because I'm one of those people that needs as much information as possible before I'm going to make a decision. And that's me. So everyone knows Joe's not going to make a snap decision. Now that can be comforting and that can be painful, right? But I'm always trying to do things that are true to our values, true to our mission statement. I want us to partner. I want us to work together. I want us to make decisions that are good for the long term because I know that you guys, and I know that we work very hard to build something that's special, something that's going to last. And we've been successful at that. We have lasted. We're now in business for 11 years. Not a lot of network companies around the world can say that they've been around for 11 years. Not a lot of them can say that they've expanded into 17 countries and then are going to be doing 18 and 19 and 20, right? Not a lot of companies can say those things. And the reason that we can, I am a fervent believer in this, is because we do live up to our values. We stay true to who we are. We don't switch that up, and yes, sometimes that can lead to, mistakes, but we're always open to learning and we're always open to adjusting. And I think that what we did with this comp plan adjustments, modifications, improvements is true to the process of who we are as a company. We have great leaders with unbelievable experience that share the same values that we do, which is to create the best opportunity for the people that they bring into this business. That is very, very important to them, and is very, very important to us at corporate. And so we engaged in this. We were told, hey, we need to make some changes. We need to make some adjustments. So, okay, so let's get all the best ideas on the table. Let's make sure that we're all involved in this process. And, you know, those discussions were very, very lively, and people had strong feelings about things, but everybody was open to listening and learning and changing and adopting, because the goal, we were very clear about that, the goal is to make the compensation plan that is best for the business overall. And if we could keep that in mind, no matter what the idea was, we don't attach, you know, a whole lot of emotion to an idea that is yours or mine or somebody else's. The idea is, let's get as many ideas on the table as possible. Let's see and vet it thoroughly. And does it lead us to our goal of improving the business on a global basis, period. And so our process took about, you know, we started this in February, March timeframe. We've had input from leaders in every country around the world. And we've come to a consensus as to, okay, this is what's best for the business. And now we're ready to go ahead and implement that and share those things with the field and with the world. And that's what we're going to do. You know, I take it back to the comp plan changes that happened in 2012 and 2013. And if you guys remember, there was a whole bunch of resistance and people were very upset about that. But we had maintained that our comp plan needed to change because the industry and the FTC was coming down very hard on the way the old comp plans were structured. Now, if you guys notice, all the companies, almost all of them, have gone to a plan that is similar to the one that Max adopted in 2013. Now, you know, are we prescient, or are we, you know, sitting down and looking at the playing field and saying, hey, this is the way the world is going, and this is what's going to be important, and we need to adopt, and we need to do that so that it is in the best interest of all of us to keep the business healthy and alive. So we had that similar process back then. Took us about 7-8 months then. Took us 6 months now. Everybody's been involved. It's been a great process, and I'm very proud of the results, very proud of all the leaders who participated. And this is why we're going to be around for a very, very long time, because we have these processes, we have these values, and we have all of these long-term players, long-term people that have been with us for, you know, 10 years in some cases, 8 years in other cases, but we don't have a lot of hoppers anymore, and it's great. So the benefits of the new enhanced comp plan, the benefits of the new VO, the benefits of our products, and all of the things that are coming, man, I cannot wait, bro. Can't wait.
You know, I really appreciate that. And folks, for those of you that are wondering, Max has been very, very diligent where, you know, the major component, the binary, the matching check, everything is there. It's what was more on the lower end, on you know, when the newbies, the new people coming in, they took some of the elements that were given to associates that are at our level, like Tammy and I, other diamonds, and we took some of that, and it's been filtered down to the associate senior to silver associate with the primes. And we had it. So it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It encouraged the right behavior. And I'm really excited about this. And again, kudos to Max International, to Joe Voyticky, who is the forefront of creating this bridge of communication between the field and corporate. You know, often over the years, as I grew in this industry, I've heard of, you know, it's always the field against corporate or against it, you know, and it's not like that at Max International. It's a partnership. And I really, really believe in where we're going and what we've accomplished so far. And Joe, stay with us, because I'd like to do a full circle here to you. But I know that there's a few comments. I'd like to start with my wife, Tammy, who, you know, have been part of convention. I know she has a lot to say about that. Tammy, what are your thoughts on how convention has contributed to your business, our business as a family? What are your thoughts on that note?
Oh, everybody needs to show up at convention. And the exciting thing about this year is that everybody can attend. It's virtual and everybody can do it in their own comfort zone around their families. So this is going to be really interesting. I'm actually quite excited. It is the first year that we're going to be actually at home for Thanksgiving in 10 years. We've been traveling internationally for all the international conventions, and we absolutely love going to these conventions, but I'm really looking forward to being home with some turkey and pumpkin pie this year. But I like the virtual platform. I never really took advantage of it until February, when everything was going crazy in the environment. I really honed in on the power of these platforms, the power of connecting with people virtually. I'm on Zoom chats every single day, talking to incredible people, signing up really awesome people who are going to be at the virtual convention, no matter where they are. So it's fabulous. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hear all the great things that are happening, but the compensation plan is really going to benefit all the new people who are to get this off the ground. So we're really excited about these decisions. And yeah, I'm proud, Joe, that that we work so well as a unit with corporate in the field. Chris talked a little bit about, some of the nightmares of the industry. Well, we also came from an environment where the corporate made the decisions without the field, and there was a lot of conflict within that. And here we come together, we brainstorm together, and we create something awesome. So I'm really proud to be part of that. And communication is critical. Trust, as you spoke about, we're building an incredible legacy as a family together. And that's another thing that Max has that you didn't get the same feeling other places, is the fact that we build a around our, that's so important when you're building a business from home, because let's face it, as a mom, I know my kids are not home right now. They're all grown up with children, but when you're always away from your family in a job, it's not easy with the environment. But to be able to be at home with your family and build a business at whatever level you want to build it, that's exciting. So I'm always excited and passionate and can't wait to open new markets. And the fact that we're at home and we're able to do it here right now from the virtual platform is really, really exciting.
Tammy, you look really good on camera. I had to say that.
I do, thank you.
Hey, listen, Paul, I really, really appreciate you making yourself available here. Paul, what is your experience with attending convention? What are your thoughts?
2 points. Tammy, you look great even if you're not on camera. And secondly, Joe, it's really a pleasure to have you on the call tonight. And I want to thank you for doing that. And I want to thank you for everything you do, because it's absolutely amazing what you've done over the last number of years. And I'll take myself on video so you can see me talking at the same time. And it's I've been so proud and happy to have you part of the company when you first joined as a CFO, and then you became the co-CEO, and now you're the CEO, and I'm very, very proud. So basically, I'm very happy being part of Max. I am unbelievably happy. And I've been to every convention since 2007. And I tell you, I've been here for 13 years, Joe. I will never leave. I will never, ever, ever leave. These products are absolutely amazing. Yeah, thumbs up is right. And I tell you, there's no stopping me. But the point is, events are so important. When I went to the first 3 or 4 events, that just molded me into where I am today. We had such an amazing time, and the events that I've been to already in Puerto Rico and in Cancun and the Philippines and Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, to be honest with you, the best events. And you know what? It's not just going to the events and learning. It's the fact that you meet people. I met Luz, I met you at the events. We talked and we're still talking. And I met other people. I met managers of different countries, Colombia, El Salvador, and I'm still talking with those people and the people that they took over from them. So it's really important to build your business by going to events. And I don't think, to be honest, I don't think I've missed any major event since I joined the company. And I'm not going to miss the virtual events either. Now, virtual events are amazing. I know we have to do it, but they do not beat the physical events. The physical events is where you have face-to-face, personalities are there, you get to know people, and it just blows you out of the water. But right now, we have no choice. We have to go to the virtual events, and that's completely okay with me. But my goodness, I won't miss those either. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, Joe. And thank you, everyone, for being here. Thank you.
Really appreciate this, Paul. I'd like to shift over to Anastasia. Anastasia was actually sponsored by, I believe, Dr. Kelvin out of Ghana, who we adopted here in North America. And she just recently reached her goal level. And I believe that she had a couple associates that also has reached her silver level. And Anastasia, I'm not sure if you have had an opportunity to attend events. You might have attended a few of them because I know you're fairly new, but I wanted to congratulate you and recognize you for your achievement. And what are your thoughts in reference to the importance of attending events? And please take your time. Go ahead.
Hi, Max Morning, amazing partners. Thanks so much, Chris, for giving me the opportunity to share my thoughts. Yeah, I had a privilege to attend the Empower Convention in 2019, September in Ghana. In fact, I must say what I saw really, really motivated me. I was so much inspired by what I saw when I went to Ghana. And it had been like almost 9 years since I went back to Ghana. So it really opened my eyes. I saw Max Associates in Ghana, how serious they are with their business, with the excitement and the way they are all attending BOMs. So from then I realized, wow, so I have been just playing with my Max business. So it's really encouraged me. So when I got back, I took Max business very, very serious. And then I made my mind that it's either Max or Max and nothing else. So that is what encouraged me most, so that I've been able to build my business and keep impacting many lives and across the globe. So the events are very, very necessary. It's very, very important that we all attend events.
Thank you, Anastasia. And stay the course and congratulations. You're doing absolutely wonderful.
Thanks.
Now, Luz, for Puerto Rico, who's been following us, and thank you so much for being committed to our calls and trainings. And we really admire you and we love you. You're a person that is giving, that is helpful, that is always there for others. And I know that I've seen you in many, many, many conventions. I know you've reached your platinum level, just a hair of reaching your diamond. Can you share with us the importance of attending events?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to this call as well. First of all, I feel the same way for you too, Chris and Tammy and Joe. You guys know my heart, so this is what I give to others. That's how I was raised. But as far as the convention is concerned, when I first went to the convention, it all started with the product, with the health. And I'm this type of person where I need to know more what's going on in the other side. So I remember that same week was a convention. And I was told, oh, Luz, we forgot to tell you the convention this week. I know you just signed up Monday. I said, when is it? Oh, it's this weekend. All right. So I booked it up that same night. And I was flying over there, didn't know where I was staying. I just booked the flight because I wanted to know what does it entail? So when I got there, I expected what I saw even more. In other words, I got there and I got to meet everyone, different people from different countries. I remember meeting you, Chris, and Tammy for the first time. When I met the heart of the company, I met Joe, I met the administration team, everyone from there. I was like, wow, I felt like I was home, like I was with family. That's exactly how I felt. And to me, that's very important because relationships are important, and we are in a business of relationships. This is something constantly, every day that you talk about is relationship, getting to know people. I learn a lot from Tammy when she tells me about, meeting new people, getting to know them. So everything starts from you, and when you get there and you see the convention and you see everything that's going, Max really goes out of their way to do what they're supposed to do. When they say they're going to do something, they're going to do it. They're full of surprises. What country's next, what product is next, what's the comp plan. I mean, they have it all. They have it all, and it gets better and better. So I'm looking forward to this next convention. I know it's in the virtual, right? I know that, that's what we've been doing this whole year, 2020. Anything that has to do with Zoom, virtual office, and I'm kind of get used to it. And I understand, Tammy, that you're actually going to be home, spending time with your family on Thanksgiving. So that is like a plus, You always got to look for something that's positive, right? So for me, the convention is very important. That's like the seed of everything that's going to happen with you in the near future, because it tells you what's going to happen next. And when you leave there, you take this to your new people, and you're going to talk to them what you feel, what went through you, what went with you as far as what you were feeling, how you felt, that Max is a real family, a real business Max family. So this is something I take very seriously, and I take it from the heart. So that's what I take from Max. Everyone here is like a big family, and I love that. I really love that, especially in these hard times. This is something very, very important. So yeah, the convention is something that no one should ever miss. I haven't missed one yet, and won't be. So I appreciate you guys me sharing this with you guys, and let's go forward to this. Let's go forward with Max.
Thank you. It was really, really appreciated. Yeah. And the last person I'd like to share here this evening is Scott Anderson. I know that, Scott, when you were attending your first event, it has definitely transformed your belief, your views on the commitment that you have chosen to invest into Max International. And I know that a lot of the income that you've earned from Max International has contributed in finalizing your mortgage payment, which is really exciting. Scott, why don't you go ahead and share with us?
I'll put my video on here so you can see me. Yeah, I love conventions. It's really great because it sets it in your heart. That you can connect with other people from different countries, like Luce was saying, and connecting with leaders you work with, like you and Tammy, and other people that you connect with throughout the team, different parts of the world that you work with. You get to connect with all the people in support staff that help you on the phone lines. You get to touch base with Joe, and it's great to see you on the call tonight, Joe. And everybody up in corporate, and it's good to sit down and connect on a personal level. And you can do that with Max, where you can't do that with other companies. Everybody's down to earth and very easy to talk to, and you can connect on a conversation that is it goes somewhere. Something happens at the end of it, so it's good. But conventions are awesome. They always fire you up and connect you in to tell you what the big stuff's coming out, what's going on. You connect with the doctors that developed all this technology that for me, it changed my life, and my Elaine and my family's life. And it gives us an income, and we get to work with great people. We've impacted other people's lives, and I'd love to see them at the conventions as well. So,
well,
love
thank
the convention.
You, Scott. Really,
Looking forward to this one.
And folks, the virtual convention is absolutely critical. And this is what I'm proud of, Max, is they've adjusted like we all did. The new I was about to say the new world order, the new world of Max International. We've all adapted, and folks, it's part of life. It's part of life. And Joe, going back to you here, and again, thank you for being patient here. And we're coming to a close. I was wondering if there's any last word that you'd like to share in reference to your thoughts. Obviously, we talked about the event, we talked about the back office, we talked about the compensation plan, but personally, your heart, is there anything that you'd like to share with the team before we end the call? Oh, I think you muted, Joe. Here you are.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, just I'm very proud to be part of Max. You know, I love being in this company. We do so many good things. We try to build things the right way, in meaning that we want to be inclusive. We want to have long-term success so that people can put their effort in and rely upon us to be there. So we always try to make our decisions with that in mind, that we're not dealing in numbers, that there are people behind those numbers, and there are people that are relying on us for a lot of different things, whether they're relying on us for great products to keep them healthy, or are they relying on us for income so that they can provide for their families? I mean, these are critical things, and it's not just about profit and loss. It's about, are we providing a great service? Are we providing a great platform? And I'm just super proud of the effort that our people on a corporate level and on a field level put in to fulfilling Dr. Nagasawa's dream. I always come back to him as the strong soul and motivation behind this organization and behind the products, that a man who could put 25 years of trial and error and into trying to make the world a better place, and then succeeds, that he's given us an unbelievable gift, and he's given us a piece of him that I hope that we all carry forward, that there is, it matters what we do. It matters that we contribute to making the world a better place. It makes a difference, and I think we fulfill that. I mean, I remember at the beginning of this pandemic, where there was a lot of fear about, well, what's going to happen with Max, and what are we going to do? And I remember getting on a call with all of our GMs. It's obviously internal. And there was a lot of people getting a lot of questions from people, around the world. And I said, listen, guys, we're going to be fine. And, of course, there's the usual, like, well, what are we going to do about this? What are we going to do about that? I said, no, the first thing y'all need to understand is we've been through this before. We're ready. We're ready to handle whatever is thrown our way. We're going to find the way through. We will find a way. We will do whatever it takes to make it. And we will formulate a plan so that, all of the associates can be confident, and they will see that Max is not wavering. That they can be confident in their business. They can be confident in Max's corporate staff, that, hey, be like that. We're going to be like that duck. We may be paddling like mad under the surface, but it's going to look like we just cool and smooth and moving along, because that's what they need to know. And when you think about all of the markets that we serve, in Nigeria or Ghana or the Philippines, Central and South America, there are people that are absolutely relying upon this company to be there, and we're not going to fail them. We are people who are solution oriented, and in a crisis, we come together to find solutions, and we're going to make sure that those solutions last for the long term. So again, I'm just, and the way we went about the comp plan, and the way that people have worked on our VO project, this collaborative belief in each other, and that gives us strength. And again, I think it all comes back to Dr. Nagasawa saying, I just want to make people better. I just want to make the world a better place for everybody. And I think that we are doing our best to live up to that mantra and live up to that belief system. And that's where our strength is. And we continue to have this unbelievable relationship with our leaders and our corporate staff. And we all are working together to improving the world. And that is a great thing in and of itself. So just last message is that I'm just super proud to be a part of this organization. I'm super proud of the relationships that I have with our staff and our leadership. And I look forward to launching all of these great things so that, you know, the businesses can explode and that the people who we work with can be proud of being part of our organization, not just because our products are outstanding and do the world a service, but because their personal dreams are able to be fulfilled.
That is wonderful, Joe. Well, thank you so much for your time. And again, I know there's a few questions at the end here that was posted, but for the sake of time and keeping the call at a reasonable length, we're gonna keep that for another call when it comes to which countries are opening up and all of these things. So thank you, Jasmine, for the question. We'll address that a little later. Unless, Joe, if I kind of push a little bit.
Push it, baby. Go ahead, push it.
Just in respect to
I'm here for you guys.
To Jasmine's question, she's wondering which countries are in the horizon to be next to open.
We got a bunch of countries that we're queuing up, right? I mean, so it's been pretty obvious what our strategy has been, is that we go into smaller countries, and then we learn how to do business in that region. We train our staff so that we have trained staff so that when we're ready to go into a bigger country, right? Like Mexico. Let's take that, for example. I think it's an open secret that we are going to be going into Mexico, right? That we've started the product approval process and we are looking forward to getting the products approved there. But to deliver a quality service as a company, there are a lot of different elements that go into that. You have to have your inventory that is all set, because we all know what happens when you open a country like Nigeria, and with products like ours, it's, you run out quick, and our products, because of the quality of them, it takes time to make them and fulfill that inventory, right? So we want to try to improve on what has happened in the past. We want to make sure that we've learned those lessons and have an adequate supply so that hopefully we don't run into the same issues that have happened in the past. Number two, it's critically important to have well-trained staff, and that's a difficult process. You can't just hire people and bring them into your culture and expect that your culture is going to last. It's very, very important that we continue to have a long-term view with our people internally, so that they understand who we are, they understand what we're trying to accomplish, they understand that they are, we want them here for a career. We want them here to learn about how we do business, how we interact with our associates, what type of level of service are we trying to provide, what are the systems that we're putting in place to prevent, very negative things from going on, so that we can, again, protect the business platform. So our strategy has always been go into a smaller country in a region, learn how to do business in that region, learn how to connect with the consumers, learn what messages resonate, train our staff up, and then we're ready to expand, and then we're ready to grow. And so that's why we open smaller countries in Central and South America, so that these are, the analogy is that's where we go to school. That's where we go to high school. Now we're going to graduate to college. So now we're ready to take on a bigger challenge and go to grad school. Grad school is Mexico, right? You go to college at Ghana. You go to grad school in Nigeria. And trust me, you go to grad school in Nigeria, right? And so we've got that experience. So what do? We open up Ecuador. Ecuador, 17 million people, very good market for us, but it's not Mexico, which is 165 million people. So we went to college in Ecuador. We're going to go get our PhD in Mexico, the same way we did in Ghana to Nigeria. And, from Nigeria, you can go and look on the map and see other places that we're going to be looking into, right? So we're certainly going to be opening into East Africa. We're opening Cameroon fairly soon. So 2021 is a very, very pivotal year for Max and our expansion. The good news about, let's talk briefly about our expansion into East Africa. Nigeria has been wonderful to us because on any number of levels. One, we've gotten a tremendous number of experienced, great leaders that understand how we do business, that understand, who we are as a company, what we will do, what we won't do, that we are not just after making money as fast as we can make it, that we have a particular way and a particular culture that we would like to grow. And so we've gotten a good understanding of each other. We've had the great opportunity to train staff to learn so that they understand all of the important things about how to relate to our leaders and what kind of relationship we expect to have between corporate and the field and that type of partnership, right? So now we have trained people who have put in the work and understand who we are, understand our systems, and now they're ready to go and be leaders in our offices in Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, Tanzania, all of the Eastern African bloc, right? And that will keep a higher level of service that is necessary for us to stand out from the competition in addition to our tremendous products. So the people that we have that have come in and worked in customer care, now if you examine the Max culture from a corporate perspective, very, very few people that are in leadership positions came from the outside. They usually have come from customer care and grown into greater roles in Max. So a perfect example of that would be Mike Cesney, who heads our operations, started in customer care, advanced up through the ranks, and now he is our, head of operations. Olivia Sessi, another great example, started in customer care, learned the business very, very well, advanced to be now our head of inventory globally. Tekle Menelik, GM in Ghana, started running customer care and now, runs a country. Or in Nigeria, Augustine Koku Kokor was our product, started from outside as a product consultant, helped us, get products approved, joined Max. Now he's the GM of Nigeria. If you look at our GMs in Central and South America, it's the same pattern, right? We like to promote from within. And, I told our staff that, the way I'm going to be measuring success is, how many of them become millionaires because they stuck with Max and stayed internally and helped us build all of the systems that are necessary for us to become a great company. And they will be rewarded for doing that and being part of that and part of that growth, because that's, it's not about the corporate staff, the higher up stuff, the executives at the top just getting rich on their backs. That's not who we are. We want everybody to benefit and everybody to be able to fulfill their personal dreams. And so we want that consistency internally, because, it's not great to have people internally learn how to do things and then leave, right? It creates such a difficult thing to replace people that you've trained. And so we try to have that culture internally, and then we try to do that externally with our leadership, right? We have, Chris and Tammy are the best example of tremendous, tremendous leaders who care about everybody and train everybody. Doesn't matter if they're in their team or not. They look at everybody as, hey, you're part of Max, you're part of our team, you're part of our culture, and we're going to help you to improve and to get better. You know how much that means so much to the culture of Max, that sharing openness, that, a rising tide lifts all boats. And that type of leadership is invaluable. And so when we have those leaders growing up in that culture, in our new countries, in El Salvador and Mexico, in Ecuador, and the leaders understand that, oh my goodness, it's really a culture that we all contribute and we all get bigger and we all get better. And that's a hard thing for people to truly grasp and understand. But once they understand it and once they see it, well, now you've got stability at corporate, you've got stability in your leadership, you've got unbelievable products, and we're all focused on the same sort of thing, which is to make this company great for everybody so that we can go not just anywhere, but going everywhere. It starts to make sense, and it starts to happen in a big, big time way. And you know, so our expansion to Mexico, to East Africa. I just saw a question pop up. Are we going into the UK? Absolutely. We are going to go everywhere. The issue is, can we go to those places in a responsible manner so that the business can thrive and grow, and that we don't lose control of the quality of the service that we provide? That's the big question, because, you know, we have at times expanded too quickly, and that has caused a lot of issues where we've lost control of the quality. And I don't want to repeat those mistakes. We want to learn from them. But I always think mistakes are fine, because if you don't make mistakes, I don't think you're pushing the envelope. I don't think you're trying. And so it's okay to make mistakes, but what it's not okay is to make the same mistake 2 or 3 times. You know, you better learn from your mistakes so that you improve. So we're going to try to do a very, you know, a fairly controlled but aggressive growth pattern in our expansion into other countries over the next 2 to 3 years. I think we've got sufficient training and sufficient staff now that knows how to do our business, that we can fulfill corporate positions in these countries adequately to give excellent service. I think that we've got wonderfully trained leaders that are really committed to the growth of people, so that when they bring people into our business, nobody is saying that this is a get-rich-quick thing. They're all talking the same language that Max is about, you know, network marketing, the operative word being work, that we all have to work very hard to build successful business. It's not easy, but if you focus and you work and you train and you give back and you help your people get better, that you have the potential to earn a great living. And so that consistency is starting to shine through. And so I think that we are in a position where we have adequate assets. We have an established culture that our growth and expansion into other countries will be more rapid over the next several years than the previous 2 or 3.
That is
okay. I hope that was a coherent answer.
Oh, that was more than I could ever expect. So very, very generous with your time. And folks, I've just kind of clicked the unmute button here, so you can all unmute yourselves and just kind of share your being grateful. Words sometimes in English don't come easy to me.
Gratitude.
Gratitude. There we go. To Joe for taking the time. Really appreciate it. Thank you to my wife for this. So Joe, thank you. Really appreciate it. So let's go, everybody. Let's just share, Joe, a few words of gratitude as we sign off here.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joe and Chris and Tammy, for organizing this.
Thank you.
Have an awesome week.
Gracias.